this? He's 10 pounds. Meow? Yes, I know. You want this. You want this crap. Yes, I know. Calm down. There. Look at how fat he is. He is 10 pounds. Oh, hello, my dear, sweetest, most cherishable honey bunnies. It's me, Joni, here. Are you comfy? Good. I hope you are, because I'm going to tell you a story about the possibly naughtiest cat my family has ever had in my life. Let's talk about the legend himself, my son, Angel, the tabby cat. For those of you who have never had the privilege of owning this specific breed of cat, I'm looking at some of you who have the most expensive breed of cat. Let me fill you in on the main characteristics about the tabbies. Tabbies are literal Satan spawn reincarnated. People claim that they're the dumbest cat ever, cat breed, but I disagree. Angel knows what you want from him, but he also knows that he doesn't want to listen to you anyway. He'll listen, it's just not that very well unless you bribe him with treats. He is the literal definition of an angel with horns. Some days he's so cute and cuddly, and he absolutely loves me, and he absolutely adores being petted. And then the next day he's scratching my arms trying to get away from me when I try to pet him and kiss him. He is also a very introverted cat. Every time I bring people around him, aside from my friends who we'll call J and A, J and A are literally the only two people them and my therapist. But aside from my therapist, J and A, my sister, and my mom, he is very, very shy around other people. I first got Angel when he was 5.5 months old. I guess I should say the story on how I got him. So it was in September around the 3rd or 4th when my mom and I and her at the moment boyfriend were at PetSmart looking for food to find for his Venus flytrap. Yes, he actually did have a Venus flytrap. And we did not know what we were looking for because, well, let's face it, nobody's owned a Venus flytrap in my family before. So we were just kind of looking around, asking the people what to get, when I heard meowing coming from the other side of the store. I dropped what I was doing from the ferrets and rushed right over to where the cute little kittens were being put up for adoption. And let me tell you, the moment I saw the cutest cat ever, I'm like, oh my god, I need to have one. I casually went to my mother and asked her if we can get a cat. And after what seemed like a million years of trying to convince her, we made a deal. If I kept the house clean for 2 weeks, she will consider getting me a cat. I was ecstatic. So for the past 2 weeks, I kept up my promise and kept the house not clean, but tidied up. And finally, on the 28th of the 28th of September 2024, my mom got me in the car and we drove to my friend Jay's house. Keep in mind, my friend Jay has over 50 cats because his parents refuse to spay and neuter them and they keep having babies. So he had plenty to spare, and he was actually during school, he was putting up flyers saying that his cats need to be adopted and need a good home. So we went to my friend Jay's house and we were looking at all the different cats. I personally wanted the cutest cat ever. He was white with calico markings and big green eyes, but he was really skittish and he refused to even go near us. Until my friend Jay put up one of the cats that were up for adoption. he didn't have a name at the time, and we didn't know what gender he was, so we couldn't get him a name at the time. So, but he was fairly friendly, and he was absolutely adorable, and he didn't scratch or hiss at us when we tried to pick him up. So after looking at all the other cats and noticed that all the other cats were skittish, we decided to adopt him. My friend Jay put him in a carrier, and we brought him home to the new apartment. Keep in mind, we didn't know the gender of him at the time, so we just were calling him Baby until we found out his gender. Well, fast forward to October 5th, and we took Baby in for his very first checkup to get his vaccines and everything else. Then the lady at the front desk assumed he was a girl, so she filled out his paperwork with a pink form. But when we got him in to see the actual vet, she looked at him and said, "Oh no, he's definitely a boy. And he's not 2 months old, he's 5.5 months old." So I was like, huh? My friend Jay had lied to me, saying that he was 2.5 months old, but he was indeed 5.5 months old. And the vet said that he was very healthy for a cat his age, but he was a little on the heavy side because I've never owned a cat before, and I kind of overfed him. But other than that, he was completely healthy. We had to make another appointment to get him neutered and the rest of his shots. And let me tell you, when I kid you not, I spent close to $300 for 2 pet visits. $200 for the neutering and $168 for the vaccines. I'm like, this is my life now. I signed the certificate, and I know what's gonna happen. So on Halloween of 2024, we got Angel neutered. Fun fact, my mom was calling him Lucifer because he was basically like a little hellion, but he never acted that way around me, so I decided to name him Angel. Although I should have named him Lucifer because he's freaking, I don't even have the words to describe it. But he was over time got accustomed to the house, and I bet a lot of you are wondering, well, what about when my sister drops off her dog for babysitting? And the first interaction could have gone better. Let me fill you in on the main personality of my sister's dog, Hefe. Hefe is the embodiment of a very, very angelic sweetheart. He loves everybody. He doesn't bite. He's very well trained, and he absolutely loved cats. That is until we got Angel. When my sister first brought him over to introduce us, and I had to watch him, I tried introducing Angel to Hefe, and it did not go as well as I hoped. I will show a video, if I still have it, of the first interaction we had with Angel and Hefe at the end of the video, if you want to stick around until then. But over time, and with how many times Hefe has came over to the house for me to watch him, Angel just learned that he's going to be around, so he just decided to ignore him. But at least we're past the phase of hissing and biting. And scratching, because poor Hefe got a scratch on his nose because of Angel. And Hefe is the definition of a lover, not a fighter. So, when he finally grew some teeth, he actually defended himself when needed to. I must clarify, he actually defended himself when he needed to. So, don't worry, everything's cool now. And we got along we're getting along just fine. Angel is very happy now. Sorry, I'm a little busy drawing, but Angel is very happy now. He's living up to his name sometimes. Sometimes he can be a bit of an a-hole, but most of the time he just zooms around. He likes the bathtub. He basically, his schedule is eating, sleeping, zooming, and playing. And occasionally he will come up to me and cuddle me, even if it's like freaking hot. He doesn't care. He just wants cuddles. And he's such a sweetheart when I'm on my monthlies. Mainly being that, you know how cats do that kneading motion when they're kittens and they're drinking from their mom's boobies? Yeah, he does that to my stomach. He doesn't try to drink from my stomach. But whenever I'm having cramps, he just kneads my stomach, and it feels so amazing, even though he uses his claws most of the time. But hey, I'm not complaining. He loves me. And there was plenty of times when we had some differences. But other than that, I wouldn't trade him for the world. He is my baby, and I absolutely love him. Now this was just the tip of the Angel iceberg. Believe me, I would love to tell you more stories about him. So give me every reason to. Thank you for listening to my complete ranting about my cat. And he is not a cat to me. He is my son. I love him like a human baby. He is absolutely adorable. And if you don't have a tabby cat, I suggest getting one, because they are literal angels sent from heaven. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that, and let me know what you guys want to hear about. If you have any questions about Angel, feel free to ask them. I will try to answer to the best of my ability, because even though he's a year old, he turned a year old on the 28th of May. Even though he is now a year old, we still have many adventures to go on during his time. So keep it. If you want to hear some more stories about him, feel free to ask. Ask any questions you'd like about him. And give me some advice on how I can be a good, better pet parent, because this is my first time ever owning a pet. Well, I shouldn't say first time. This is my first time ever owning a cat. Like my own cat. So I could use all the help I can get. But join our socials. I will be posting photos of Angel all the time on my Discord server and my TikTok. Follow us there. He also has his own Instagram, so follow him on his Instagram. He's got 51 subscribers, so try and boost his ego a little bit. I also post videos of him on TikTok and YouTube, so follow me on those platforms. Follow me on my other socials. Follow my sister on her socials and yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. Anyways, this is fun, but now I gotta leave. So as always, stay beautiful and stay safe. This is Joni saying bye-bye to you all. Mwah. I love you.